This is clearly a bucket list moment for any artist, right? This is one of the top ones. With all the awards that you've won, CMT Awards, ACMs, Grammys, what's left on the bucket list? What is going to be the next thing that you are desperate to check off?
We really have been checking them off left and right. Y'all know I've been in Nashville for 13 years, and I started working on this long before then. When I was 9 years old is when I wrote my first song, and when I came to the Grand Ole Opry for the very first time. I mean, I remember exactly where I was sitting, and I remember who played. It was Jenny Seeley, Bill Anderson, Crystal Gale, Phil Vassar, and I remember looking at that circle thinking, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna stand up there. And so I will tell you, out of all the accolades and everything that has happened this past year and the year before that too, this tonight is the biggest honor of my life. Being able to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry, it's just a community of people that I've dreamed about being a part of that community. I mean, these are the people who pave the way for folks like me to do what we're doing right now. So when it comes to the bucket list, I'd like to do a little more acting, I guess. I would love to do some voiceover work. I want to do it all. Why not?
Love that. Very well deserved, anyway. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Actually, following up on that, I think I know one of your bucket list things that's coming up at the end of June in Chicago.
Can you believe that?
Can you expand on that?
I am getting to play a show with the Rolling Stones. Yeah, they're gonna have to roll me up out of there because that is absolutely insane. I got to see them, I think it was 2016 or 17, down here at the stadium. Because somebody from my hometown wasn't going or something, they got sick, and it just worked out to where I could actually see them. And I thought, I might not ever get a chance to see them again. But now I might have the chance to meet them and tell them how much the Rolling Stones have meant to country music and to just music in general. So I can't believe I'm getting to share a stage with them. Mick Jagger gonna show me some new moves.
Will you be doing your song from the tribute record?
I don't know. We hadn't got that far. Somebody got Mick's number. We need to give him a little ring. That would be pretty cool.
Do you remember when you realized the Opry was special? Like when you first heard about it? Like you came when you were 9, but did you know what it was before then?
I did know what the Opry was. I did. I remember hearing about it from my family, and I mean, the Grand Ole Opry, if you got a chance to go, you know, that was like the biggest deal ever. And so I knew that when we made our first trip to Nashville when I was 9, like, you couldn't come to Nashville and not go to the Grand Ole Opry. So we put our money together and we got here, and I had begged Mom and Daddy to drive through Nashville, and they did because we were leaving a family trip in Gatlinburg. And yeah, it was a dream for all of us to be here. It meant a lot because of what country music means to us. I mean, it's what's playing at the house, it's what's playing going down the road. We live it. It is truly the soundtrack of our life. So to be at a place that embodies that and a community that embodies that is really special to be a part of.
You talked about how your parents were so supportive in the beginning of your career, and in a way you're kind of fulfilling your dad's dreams. What was the conversation with them after the invite? Do you remember what they said to you?
Well, yeah, so they were actually at The Voice when it happened. And I think y'all knew, like, right before it happened, right? Like, right before. They said they couldn't tell them too far in advance because they'd be telling everybody, and then it would have been a secret. They're just so proud. They are, but more importantly, you know, of course, they're proud of what I've accomplished and, like, what I'm doing. But I think more than that, they're just proud of who I am, and proud of my heart and proud of my hard work, and that feels good because at the end of the day my life is changing, but I feel like I'm not, and they still treat me the same old way.
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I want to know, how do you decide what to perform tonight? I know you have a vast catalog dating back to your Opry debut 4 years ago, so if you could tell us about what you'll perform tonight and the significance of those songs.
Well, it's really cool that we actually have some hits to play now. There was definitely a time where I was like, well, they're not going to know this one, and they're not going to know this one or this one. But tonight I wanted to make sure that I chose songs that definitely represented my storytelling. And one of the songs that I'm doing that maybe a lot of folks don't know is a song that was on my EP when I got a record deal. And the project was produced by my guitar band leader and Mr. Alan Freeman, who's been there right with me from the beginning. So however many years ago, we signed that record deal in 2018, and I think he produced the project in 17, and it just kind of feels like one of those songs that, you know, it's been around for a while, and we still play it at our shows today. So yeah, I think carrying a little bit of the old me into the new me, it's really important for me to never, you know, forget where I come from and the journey. It's been a hard one, but it's been a good one.
So one of the unique aspects of the Opry is kind of the backstage vibes.
Yeah.
Tell us about a memorable moment backstage here at the Opry.
Oh my goodness, Jeannie Seeley. I feel like every time I come play the Opry, she's here too. She's a hard-working woman. But I will never forget, I think it was like my second or third time playing the Opry. She came and knocked on my dressing room door, and I thought, that's something that you don't expect, you know, like you're the new kid on the block. But she came and made me feel welcome, and she told me, she said, I want you to remember that when you go out there, this has nothing to do with you. And I thought, wonder what she means by that. And then she told me, she said, this is about everybody in the audience. You came here tonight to make them feel something. And honestly, it's kind of like a weight lifted when you kind of take that off of your shoulders and you make it all about everybody else. Yeah.
So it seems like the invitation was quite a surprise for you. And it's a pretty quick turnaround between the invitation and tonight. Do you think that was a good thing or a bad thing? Did it help your nerves or hurt your nerves?
We've been so busy. It's probably a good thing, to be honest with you. And yes, when Reba asked me on The Voice, she walks up, she has this little box, and my birthday was a couple days before, so I thought maybe she was giving me like a cupcake or something. And I thought, how cool is this? Reba's gonna give me a cupcake. But it wasn't a cupcake. I was completely shocked. My family also got to be there for that one. And man, I tell you what, it's hard to wrap your head around the fact that I have Reba McEntire's support and love, and she truly has like become a friend. And when I look at her and her career, I think about a woman that has stuck to her guns, never done anything to step outside of who she was and her character, but also wasn't scared to take that leap of faith and try things that she's never done. And so it means a lot when somebody like Reba kind of gives you that nod of approval, I guess you could say.
Lainey, I know you come from Northeast Louisiana, right down the road from me. Talk about what it means for those folks back home and those rural roots, that farming community. What do you hope they take away from this night tonight?
I know my folks back at home are just so excited, and most of them are here tonight. And when you hear them talk, you'll realize that this definitely is real. There's one guy here named Big Baby, and Big Baby, it sounds like he got a mouthful of marbles. But that's where I come from. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud of the people that raised me, and I'm proud of the place that raised me. And so tonight, I hope they feel proud. You know, I hope they're like, wow, little Lainey. You know, I mean, they still treat me like little Lainey, and that's what I love about those people. But for the people who are growing up in rural towns like Baskin, like Franklin Parish, I hope that they can see that it don't matter where you're from. If you got a story to tell, or if you have a gift, then you need to share it with the world, and you need to make sure that you do whatever it takes to bust those barn doors down to share your gift with the gift that God gave you.
So we've talked a lot about how you have been, following the footsteps of some amazing trailblazers in country music, but how does it feel knowing that you are now stepping into that role for a new generation of country artists?
That's all I've ever wanted, is to be able to do what people did for me. It does feel really good to know that now just even speaking on somebody's behalf could make a big difference. There's a lot of my friends in this town. I have a lot of really incredibly talented female friends in this town who have been at it a long time, and they're the kind of girls too who ain't giving up. Like I surround myself with those kind of people. But it's cool to know that I can speak on their behalf, or I can maybe make a phone call, or just like sing their praises, because that's what has helped me more than anything. When somebody just says your name to somebody else and says, she's hardworking, or she's kind, or she's talented, that to me that goes more than a lot of other things. So it feels good that I'm finally in a place to where I can do that.